Welcome back, adventurers, to the Lucky Die. Previously, Balance does something romantic. Rhal faces his fate, Squash delivers unhappy news of Dacian, and Zaltanna looks like an ancient warrior goddess. With the success of driving away the breathers, the group work hard to find the Tears of Savras. And once they retrieve their relic, the army of Savras awakens to a new era. Is this mixed army's mere existence going to spark a war? Will Squash be able to protect the flower until he reaches Demi? And will their trip home be blissfully uneventful? I guess we're about to find out. Welcome back to the Lucky Die. You guys find yourselves, let's say, are you going to take a long break before you venture out? Are you going to take some time? What are you going to do? You guys, I believe, are pretty low on hit points, side points, any magic shit that's going on. I think you're low on everything. Are you going to take a short rest or a long rest?
Squash desperately needs a rest.
I think we should stay here now that it is safe.
I agree.
Before we venture off again.
Okay.
Rondi. Is Rondi still here?
Let's say they basically all cleared off.
Fuck.
There are people around.
Okay.
But, yeah. Let's just say, if you want to stay here the night, you can definitely stay here the night in somewhere comfortable with beds that may be a little bit dusty, but you can stay somewhere relatively comfortable here.
Let's go with that. Sake of brevity, we do that.
For the sake of brevity.
Rhal's gonna pick up some pieces of wood from the tree.
Okay.
And collect as much of that as you can.
Yeah, of course you can. Are you... Yeah, absolutely you can. You find a couple of like small branches. They're thick, but they're not like 10 feet long, that sort of thing. You find some that you can break off fairly easily. No one seems to bat an eyelid. Most of the people here seem to be giving you a wide berth, not out of like fear or anything, but more giving you your time and your space.
Yeah.
They clearly have their own things to deal with, like packing up their city and moving to Falsum.
I was gonna pick up some of the crystal stuff, but I'm like, oh, well, that's this kid's dad now. So
you can if you want to.
No, I'm not gonna touch it now because it's awkward.
Now it's awkward?
It's bad enough that I'm trying to like take this.
Their tree.
Yeah, he said that it was like a piece of Savras, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or like the avatar of it, right?
The orb is...
No, not the orb, the glass shards. Or the...
Yeah, remnants, I think the phrase he used.
Balance wants to take a piece.
If not, that's the phrase I meant to use. You're taking a piece?
Balance wants a piece.
You take a piece. It's about the size of your fist.
Okay.
Okay.
What?
Cool, you do that. Is there anything else where anyone wants to loot from this precious city?
It's for scholarly purposes. Maybe Demi could look at it.
It belongs in a museum.
It does. It belongs in a museum.
Is there anything okay, so we have Rhal collecting wood. We have Balance looting literally the physical remains of a remnant of a god.
Shard of Savras.
No, I'm not going to be the British whenever they go to any country ever. I'm going to leave the ancient remains.
It's a proud British tradition. Talking of proud ancient traditions. Aethor? Squash up to?
I think Squash... if Zaltanna's just sitting around, I think Squash just sits around with her.
Okay.
He's... I don't know. He probably tries to make small talk.
Wow.
Rhal will go up to Squash.
All right,
cool. Campfire. I'm going to sit back for like 10 minutes. Go on.
I'll talk to Squash.
Yeah, Squash is kind of he's kind of turned the backpack around. Now he's wearing it like a front pack because he's just constantly hugging it. And he seems like kind of wary of everything around him right now. He seems kind of paranoid.
Yeah, Rhal sits like a few feet away from me.
Hey, Squash, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's actually, yeah.
You have your cure.
Yeah, we have the flower. And I think you guys have your orb, so...
So, essentially, what you have done is saved Chatvok.
I saved Chatvok?
Yeah, dude.
The Squash heroes are just people that do the best they can in the worst situations. And that was you.
Yeah, man. You're a hero. How's it feel?
Strange. I've been waiting for this I didn't know I was waiting for this. I didn't even really remember this until we were traveling through the desert. I knew I had to come back here one day. I dreaded it. And I wanted to return here. But now the place is alive. It's so different. I wish I could have seen this place when it was still green. Probably would have reminded me of Empty Shallows. Oh God, I can go home.
Yeah. Now that you got your cure, you can do basically anything.
You've got a lot of opportunities out there for you now.
Yeah.
When we meet Demi again, can we leave out the part where I stole from you? Squash is just looking at the ground now.
Sure.
Yeah, just, don't do it again.
I'm sorry. It was just very difficult. I was kind of not expecting what happened there. And I dealt with it wrong. You guys are good people. You didn't deserve that.
Thank you.
You didn't deserve me.
You're not so bad.
Thank you.
Aw.
Cool.
Zaltanna, like, kind of when Rhal's like, you're not so bad, Zaltanna kind of, like, rolls her eyes. But, like, not, she tries to do it so that no one's gonna see it, but she does roll her eyes.
Cool. All right. So in that case, we roll forward to the next morning. You guys make your way through the tunnels. Everything of yours has been restored. You feel great and happy and cheerful. All that good stuff.
Constitution save.
Yes, you do.
And I finally filled it.
Yes!
Got a 6.
1 level of exhaustion.
Oh boy.
Oh my God. I finally got to the bottom end of my key points there. That is...
Yep. You'll get everything back. Squash wakes up despite having had a good chat. He looks exhausted. It could be one of those effects of having gone through something traumatic and then afterwards, once you're in a state of rest, the body just going, we have a feeling that's what's happened to our Squash. You guys make your way through the tunnel. This is a much larger tunnel, and it makes its way steadily upwards. It's a bit of a trek. Can be steep in places, but it seems to just be linear, very, very straight. And it isn't until you get towards the very end, probably after about nearly a good 8-hour hike, you begin to see light at the end of this tunnel. The closer you get to it, the more you realize that there is just nothing but glorious blue sunshine that you can see. You guys make your way out of these dark, dark tunnels, and you find yourself on a ledge. The ledge is concealed. There is more rock directly ahead of you. There's rock around to the side, and as you kind of like walk out a bit further and find a clearing and can actually look down into the trench, you're probably a good 100 feet from the ground. This is where you find yourselves. It is a glorious hot day. I'm going to say it's midday. Sun's high. It's You're going to need to drink a lot of fluid.
Balance just stands there taking in the open air and just kind of...
Going to start making a tally of all the times that I don't die underground. Maybe that will help.
That's a more positive way to look at things.
Do we have enough rope to get all the way down there?
We should. I mean, we do have the climbing gear still, so...
Oh, yeah, the climbing gear, of course.
You can, of course, tie the rope together with some sort of bizarre grammar knot if you want.
Yeah, I mean, between tying the ropes together and the climbing gear, I imagine we can get down relatively unhindered.
Yeah.
All right.
I want to know, nerd knot. Which knot would you use?
Pialastic? I don't know what you call it in English.
Okay. One day I'm going to get that translated and I realize what that is. Yeah, between you can knot all the ropes together. You only really need like one or two very good sturdy holds into the rock around you, and you can all climb down with fair ease. Take your time, no rushing needed right now. You climb and make your way to the bottom. You are in this trench.
How long would it take to get all the way to Chatvok from here? What was it, 3 days, 4 days?
6.
6.
Technically 7. I believe it was 6 to Kuzak and a day from Kuzak to where you are, or where you were. You are much, much closer to where the trench goes upwards than you were previously.
All right. I'm assuming we want to skirt around Kuzak. We can just forage for food in the forest. Do you guys have enough food for the rest of the desert?
I have not been keeping track.
Me neither.
Because I'm really bad with food.
Same. All I know is I got rid of 2 bear rations last episode.
Yeah, you gave away all the bear rations that we made for you.
Only 2 of 3. Still have 1.
Well, I have enough for the full trip, but let's assume...
I mean, we bought like 20 days worth, so we should be good regardless.
Yes, I believe you bought enough to do the trip.
Plus extra.
I'm not going to be a dick and say that your supplies were ruined by the water. I'm not going to be that level of asshole.
I mean, it was jerky, so now it's just hydrated jerky.
Beef.
And I guess if you just strap it on the back of your bag under this baking heat, it will turn into jerky again. You'll be fine.
Bacon.
You'll make yourself a target for animals, but you can try it. Okay. Are you guys heading to Kuzak? Are you heading straight to Chatvok? I mean, to be fair, you don't know the direct route to Chatvok where you are. You would have to skirt around Kuzak. That's the only way in which you would actually know how to get back. Otherwise, you're charting unknown territory.
It's only been a day and a half since we left Kuzak.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's say about 2 days. You're probably closer to that. By the time you get there, it would have been 2 days.
Yeah, now worth checking with Charlie. Yeah, no, fuck it.
Not worth checking with Charlie. Checking with Charlie what?
Oh, see if the word got to Talvin or not.
Oh, right, okay.
It's been too soon.
You could check.
Nah. He has his instructions.
That thing you gave to Charlie, is it important?
What thing?
The
wand?
The thing I tried to steal.
Oh, the wand.
Well, we don't know.
Not really. It didn't have any magical properties. It just looked pretty.
All right. I was just wondering if we should try to get it back or not.
I wouldn't worry about it.
I could use his ring, but I don't have money. One day.
Oh, what I'm suggesting wouldn't require money.
Let's not... Let's just go back to Chatvok. There's a whole town full of people waiting for us to rescue them and become their heroes as well.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. I just thought I might try to help you guys, but sorry.
I appreciate it, but
It is nice of you. But we do have something important we can't risk.
Of course.
Unfortunately.
Of course.
Timing is just off.
And do you have a cure to get?
I do. Yeah, we'll just skirt around Chatvok and we can forage for what little food we need extra in the forest. Let's get going.
Does Squash do that cute little smile that you just did, Aethor?
Yes, he does.
Aw.
Yeah, he has a smile that creeps across him when you mention the cure.
You say it's cute, but he does have like creepy, like like teeth that are filed kind of like into points.
It's cute until...
It just looks unnerving.
Valanda, why do you have to ruin the moment?
No, it's
Yeah.
cute until he pulls the lips apart to the teeth show.
He smiles, it's cute, and then he smiles a bit more, and you see these teeth that are just...
We have a dragonborn suffering from acid burns. I don't think it's that scary anymore.
Probably teeth like mine.
Teeth, but
Rhal, when's the last
they're
time you
more-
brushed your teeth?
They're more needle-like
What is
than,
brushing teeth?
than the dragonborn one. Okay.
Acid takes care of that.
You guys, oh my god, stop. You guys make your way towards Kuzak, and you are, I believe, trying to skirt your way around it. Can you, Squash, make a stealth check?
boop. 24.
Motherfucker.
Deal with it.
I will. I'll roll a d20.
You can't get a 24 on a D20.
You can't get a nat 20.
If their wisdom is 5 and have a nat 20. Yeah.
You jerk.
Plus whatever their proficiency is, which in Charlie's case is at least 1. Okay. You guys go to make your way around Kuzak. As you are making your way around, you become aware that this person wearing a large cloak is essentially stalking you, following you. As soon as you become within range of Kuzak itself, they seem to be searching and looking for you. And from a distance, you do recognize Charlie.
Oh. I think we're going to have to interact with Charlie whether you like it or not.
Don't have to. Just stealth around them, but they are looking for you.
This is meant towards balance, by the way.
Do you think he's looking for trouble?
I think you guys paid way too much for the service you asked of him, so he might be looking to increase the bid, maybe looking for an extra payment. But he's alone. I don't think he has anybody with him.
Well, he has nothing. Let's see what he wants.
If it comes to it, we are outside the city, so fighting is not barred.
True. Yeah, we need to be very much aware. Charlie's not a nice guy. He might have an ambush ready for us.
Keep an eye out.
Squash is going to stay extra vigilant now that the idea of an ambush has come up.
Can I hide the orb somewhere?
I thought your orb was in the bag. I assumed that it would be in your bag.
It is, yeah. I'm saying, like, is there somewhere in the environment where I can, like, bury it in the sand and know where it is to come back so that we don't interact with Charlie with the orb on us?
Yes, you could bury it in the sand.
Are we being watched right now?
You're not sure. You can see them, and you think they might have spotted you, but you can't be 100% at the moment. I mean, you can wait a little bit and find out.
Should I bury the thing?
No, keep it on you. It's probably the safest place.
You are very capable. I don't think you have to fear them too much.
Oh, that is the biggest compliment I think I've ever seen.
Aw.
Oh, +1 bonds. King buns. Okay. Are you letting Charlie approach you, or are you going to go to approach them? Are you taking any precautions?
As far as Rhal's concerned, just casually meeting halfway.
All right.
Unless someone's...
That's what we're doing then. Unless
Neil,
someone yells at me in the next half a second.
Neil, I need you to play like that Midwestern music from the movies where it's like... "Bow, bow, bow."
Okay. I feel sorry, Neil. You're going to have to listen to all of that horrible sound back.
Neil, I need you to put that music in though, please.
Charlie makes their way towards you. They've clearly obviously spotted you. They don't seem to be looking around at anyone else as if this is an ambush. They are clearly carrying an array of daggers, and they have a crossbow on them. But they don't seem to be carrying anything else, and they seem to be very deliberately and slowly walking towards you, hands raised just a little bit. As they get closer, you notice that they have a small backpack, which seems to be, yeah, they have a small backpack on their back. And they approach, and Charlie nods. Now, we've been looking for you. And he looks directly at Balance.
And why would you be doing that?
Seems like your friend was a lot closer than we thought he was.
How close are we talking?
Well, he didn't want to see whether you came out of, well, wherever it was we were going alive. He just wanted to make sure you got a message, and he wanted to leave a little package with you. I mean, I'm not the world's greatest tracker, but I thought I'd give it a go, but here you are. Easy money I've ever had.
So he's not around, and Balance actually is going to look around and see if, like, Talvin's, like, hiding somewhere.
Make a perception check.
19.
You can be fairly certain he's not around.
So what is it that... a message and a package?
Yes. He said he would be looking for you. He'd be trying to find you, but more importantly, he wanted me to deliver this to you. And he picks up his, he takes a bag off his back, and he rummages inside it, and he pulls out something kind of the size of a bracelet. And as he puts it out towards you, you realize it is a bracelet. The bracelet is comprised of bronze, silver, and gold. They are intertwined, much like 3 vines. One of the vines has thorns, one of the vines has flowers on it, and the other vine has dragon fruit on it. You can see that the thorns are broken, that they have been cracked, and and you can see that the flowers on there are dead. The only thing here that seems to make any real live, fresh sense are the dragon fruit. And he points and he literally holds it in front of you. Now, I don't know what this means, but he was very adamant you got it.
When he reaches out to hand it to him, Squash is doing a cursory check of like what Charlie has on him.
Sure. Take a perception check. Investigation check, technically.
Or that. Oh, Christ, come on. Can it be the perception and I can use Lucky to reroll it?
No.
All right. I got 14.
I'll be a dick. You notice that you can physically see 6 daggers. You assume there are more, but you can't count exactly how many. And you know that he has a crossbow as well.
All right.
Balance puts out a shaking hand and grabs the bracelet.
It's cold. Makes the hairs on the back of your arms stand up. There may be something more to this, but can't be sure.
Was there anything else?
Nope. Other than that, he'll be looking for you. Now, if it were me, I'd be watching my back.
How did he look?
Charlie knits his brow a little bit, and he looks like he doesn't really want to comment, but he says, "He looked like a man on a mission. Like a man who's got nothing to lose."
I imagine so. Well...
You guys be heading back to town, or?
No, we were actually just going to be on our way.
Shame. Got some new items. Got some more of that dragon glass sand. Dragon sand? Dragon sand.
Dragon sand.
Yeah.
Say it again.
No.
You're going to have to re-record it.
No, I'm not.
Squash just looks at the ground when he mentions dragon sand.
The ring you said you have that saves away death.
Aye.
Say I were to make the money and come back later, how much would you be asking?
I'd be looking at somewhere in the region of like 200 gold.
Okay. Maybe later.
You know where I'll be. And with that, he puts his bag back on his shoulder and he walks back into town. He's walking quite happily. Not seemingly a care in the world. What do you guys want to do? Are you guys going to continue your way towards Chatvok? Are you going to follow him? Are you going to look around? Are you going to go straight to Falsum? Directly to jail? Don't help us go. What are you guys doing?
Balance drops to his knees.
Zaltanna's gonna go and tentatively pat a shoulder.
Going to give you an option to show the other two what this means. Do you want to do that, or do you want to tell them?
Balance is, in an unspoken way, going to take the bracelet and press it against his forehead where his tattoo is. Uh-huh. And I think almost unconscious or subconsciously he does share it.
Okay. Sorry, Squash.
No problem.
The three of you see a much younger Ninverna than you've seen before. She has a head, so that's definitely younger. You see Talvern, who also looks fairly young. And you see the three of them talking outside of a shop. And they seem to be discussing what on earth they were going to be doing. I'm going to assume there's probably a little bit of alcohol involved.
Perhaps a little bit of elvish wine. Something from his father's private stock.
Of course. Ninverna is leaning quite heavily on Talvern. This is probably maybe a few days away from your 100th birthday. Should we go with that? I don't know when.
Because I think I had described that he had the tattoo long before. Because during the investigation, he definitely had it.
Yeah, that was shortly before your 100th.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Let's say you're 85.
Okay. I was going to say 99.
Sure, fine. Whatever. Roll a dice. We're 99. You're 99. Ninverna is turning 95. She wants to do something special. Her and Talvon have been together for a little bit, and the three of you are as thick as thieves, as per normal. And yes, there has been imbibing of some very, very fine elvish wine. It's pretty damn good. Ninverna is flushed, red-faced, smiling and giggling all the time. You've probably never seen her happier. And Talvon, pretty much the same. He gives her an adoring look whenever he thinks she's not looking, but you see it. And Ninverna looks at you both, and she looks at Talvon. She looks at you, and she says, I have a really silly idea. I think we should get tattoos.
What? Tattoos?
I'm gonna go off to to Beligbood Island for a bit, and we're not gonna see each other for a while. And I don't want to lose over you, and I want people to know that it's just silly. I know you don't have to do it if you don't want to.
Well, I mean, it's a time-honored. It's a time.
What I'm hearing is that you definitely want to do this. Come on, it'll be fun and cool, and everyone will see it.
Sure. I'm a little incoherent right now, but let's do it.
Talvon smiles, and he says, "Yes, it's about time, young Laffian, that you had some, fun. Let's do that."
Are you insinuating I don't have...
I'm insinuating, but, you should let loose occasionally. You're going to be king one day. Enjoy the moment.
How dare you? I could have your head for that
as the
back talk.
As the three of you are having this loud, drunken conversation, you enter this kind of place that Ninverna has so subtly walked you to. Just happens to be the building that she was standing outside of when this conversation happened. You go in and you see this elderly female elf. She's covered in wrinkles. It's not usual. She's definitely old. She has long white hair done up in a series of braids, dwarven braids, as you could tell. And she looks up at you and she says, "Hello, welcome to my shop. What can I do for you? Oh, you appear to be inebriated."
Only a little bit, madam.
Oh, my lord and stars, it's Prince Laffian. And you see her getting all excited and realize there's nobody here to be excited about. So she brings you all in and she sits you all down. And she says, "So what can we offer? What would you like?"
I don't think we planned that far ahead.
I think we should have vines.
Vines?
3. 3 people interconnected vines. I think it should be vines.
What if we had different vines?
Like what?
So I'm tied in with political shit.
You should have thorns, my boy.
Are you psychic?
Yeah, because that's the thing.
It's like you read my mind.
I just happen to know you. All right, I've decided what you're getting. What you decide what I'm getting.
Balance drunk laughing and kind of like very shakily looks over at Nirvana and is just like fruit. Cause one, I find it funny as hell, and 2, because sharing the fruit of his knowledge with us or some poetic bullshit. I don't fucking know.
As you kind of babble the last of it, Talvin looks over and takes Nimverna's hands and he says, "You should have a flower."
I agree with that one.
And then, in a bit of a drunken haze, you guys all see and feel various tattoos being placed on people's bodies. You see a thorny vine being tattooed onto Balance's forehead. You see a tattoo around both wrists of Talvin of vines with a dragon fruit. And on Inverna's hands, across her fingers, across everything from her wrist down to the very end of her fingers, you see various tattoos of vines and lots of flowers and roses. And then you guys are brought back into the harsh reality of the desert.
Balance is on his knees, still clutching the bracelet to his forehead, and he's crying.
Squash, what you witness is all 3 of them with their eyes rolled in the back of their heads. And it's for a good solid 30 seconds.
Oh, Jesus.
Although you experience it for longer, this is how long you see this for.
Squash is slightly freaking out. I think Charlie is still within eyesight.
Yes, but they're walking away.
He goes to pat down Balance, see if he's breathing right, if everything's okay. He's basically just kind of panicking for 30 seconds.
As you begin to pat him down, you kind of see almost in unison all 3 of their eyes roll back into center place, and Balance right before you is Squash, just looking concerned and worried. And also then you see Balance crying.
What just happened? What? Balance, are you okay?
I'm all right. Sorry, I got a little bit emotional.
What is happening? Why did all of you freeze? What?
Balance wipes the tears away from his face. Do you remember the memory that I was able to show for all of us to see from your past?
Yeah.
I accidentally just kind of did that for... Well, he kind of holds up the bracelet. It brought back a lot of memories.
Squash grabs your wrist, the hand that's holding the bracelet, and just looks in your eyes and just... It's gonna be fine.
You feel Rhal behind you, try to grab under your arms and pull you up. But he's not very strong.
Zaltanna goes and grabs the other arm to yank you up. And she is very strong.
But only a couple feet tall. So you get it started.
This is honestly probably the most adorable scene I think we've ever had.
God, I want fan art of this.
Yeah, the 3 of you getting
Plus
Balance
Squash.
back. The 3 of you getting Balance back onto his feet.
And then Zaltanna goes in for the hug.
Squash just backs up.
Are you okay?
Balance gives Zaltanna like a one-armed hug, pat on the back. I will be. I have to be.
That fucking sucks, dude.
Well, in a way, I'll always have that connection, that memory. And now it seems I have another, and he looks down at the bracelet in his palm.
And if you have any more drunken mistakes in the future, I can take care of those.
Rhal
And
is
he,
a
like,
great
licks his
tattoo
finger.
removal service.
With all due respect, my tattoo I'd like to keep. It's a good reminder.
I know. I was joking.
And at the risk of potentially endangering myself, Balance slips on the bracelet.
Okay. Can you please make a wisdom saving throw?
If it's a charm effect, I have advantage. I don't know if that matters.
You do not.
Okay. 5. Amazing.
Good to know. You don't feel anything. You don't sense anything. It's cold. Again, the hairs on your arm just stand up. But that's it.
Balance puts his other hand over the bracelet and just kind of rubs it a little bit.
It fits surprisingly well. It's not going to slip off. It's there. Okay. You guys are heading to Chatvok?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, that's where
Okay.
Squash knows he's going to meet Demi, so he wants to go to Chatvok.
All right.
Hopefully she's there.
You guys make a very straight line towards Chatvok. I'm just going to narrate this bit because I don't think anything major will happen.
One question.
Sure.
Squash is going to ask a bit about Talvin.
Sure. Go for it.
Yeah. I think Squash eventually, like we're standing in the desert, he just goes, "We've got a long way ahead. We should probably get going." And when we've been walking for maybe 3 seconds, he goes, "Who is Talvin? And why does he want you? Why is he hunting you?" He sees you struggle and he goes, "Laffian, just come on."
Balance goes wide-eyed and stares at Squash.
Your name has actually been dropped twice within earshot of Squash.
It has.
When was the second time?
The second time was when Charlie literally walked up and said, "Laffian."
Oh, that's the third time. Talus is.
Oh, okay.
The Talus vision called you Laffian too.
Fuck, it did.
Oh, yeah, it did.
So
Fuck.
I've heard your
And
name.
the first time he read it off of Charlie's lips. So,
Although, to be fair,
Yeah.
2 out of those 3 times he wouldn't know that you knew that or heard that.
yeah.
So he looks down at you wide-eyed.
You know everything there's worth to know about me. I've maybe even talked a little bit too much. How about you open your mouth for a little bit and spill some of your information? I know you're the hoarder of information, but, you can share it.
The irony of that statement. Very well. You've come along this far.
If it makes any difference, I don't care who you are.
Balance looks over at Rhal and Zaltanna. You think it's all right to share? I put it up to a group vote.
I think it's more dangerous at this point if you don't. At least you would understand why it's a secret.
Yeah. What he said.
That's a good argument. The long and short of it is, my real name is Laffian Dathrodir. I was Crown Prince to the throne of Beligboot.
Squash has kind of a frozen look on his face. He had not grasped the size of your of your secret. Oh. Okay.
My family, actually, are the ones who put me away in jail due to an unfortunate accident between me and my best friend. The powers that I have did not come to me naturally. There was foul play, I suspect, that allowed me to have these abilities and a few other things alongside that, but when it first became a part of me, I couldn't control it, and it ended up killing my friend Inverna, who was married, or rather in a very close relationship with Talvin, who was our mentor.
Oh. So you killed Talvin's fiancée?
Not intentionally, but yes. I've been kind of fearing and accepting that he may be looking for me, and it seems that he was. What his intentions are, I don't know. Could be that he intends to kill me, in which case I assure you, I will fight back. If you had asked me even a couple of weeks ago, I might not have, but things have changed. I'm not going to go down that easily.
Your old mentor hunting you down. That's a bit of a mess.
Indeed.
I'm assuming the bracelet was kind of a declaration.
I think he sent it as a reminder. 2 out of the 3 vines are damaged and withered. The only one that remains is his.
Do you think he has no place in his heart for forgiveness?
I don't know. Grief can do terrible things to a person.
Pain is what does it. The grief is the healing.
But his vines are okay. Maybe he is worried about you. Maybe that's what it means.
Perhaps. If he is willing to accept what occurred and hear me out, then maybe he will come to forgive me, but I cannot expect him to. Not right away. 50 years, even for an elf, is a very long time for ill feelings to
Fester.
spread. Yes, fester. So I don't know. It could be that he intends to kill me and get his revenge. It could be that he will accept me and forgive me. Or at the least hear me out.
Is that why you go by a pseudonym?
That is twofold. I go by the name Balance because, for one, it reminds me of the balance in my life that I achieved when I was in prison. The understanding of what occurred, what might occur, and the things that I can affect in the present. There's a balance in all things, and I embrace that. And it's also a good way to keep people off of my tail, because even though according to the world as a whole, I am deceased, I cannot be too careful. There are those who would harm me if they knew who I was. Royalty, even ex-royalty, can be a powerful bargaining chip in the wrong hands.
I'll be quiet.
I'm being honest with you because I appreciate your help up to this point, so don't feel that you need to hold back. At this point, I consider you to be at least a close ally of the group. I cannot speak for the others, but
I owe you guys a lot. It's the least I can do is to keep my mouth shut from time to time. If you ever need any help, you can have Damas contact me. Or Demi, she gets talking to my mind for some reason.
yeah, she has a habit of doing that when she needs to.
How do I tell her I'm busy when she does that?
You just reply, I'm busy.
She
I
wouldn't.
can't promise she'll take it well, but
She wouldn't listen.
And on that comment, you guys travel to Chatvok. As you travel along, you become aware on some of your watches, even just some of your normal walking, that there is a lot of movement. There is a lot of movement towards Chatvok through various celestial beings, everything from Valkyries to more phoenixes to, oh my God, what's the name? It's a big bunch of them I had.
Malik Rhal.
Oh, yeah.
no more Sandmans, please.
No more Sandmen.
We
No,
can't deal with the one.
You see phoenixes and valkyries. You see a black knight on a black horse making their way
Badass.
towards them. I'll tell you what, you can take a history or religion check on that one if you want.
Absolutely. That sounds amazing.
Is he not going to get called out for talking with his mouth full? What is this double standard that's happening?
It's a double standard. It's
About what?
terrible.
I have nothing in my mouth. See?
Oh,
We have a gross recording of what you did.
We all know, Arch. You can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to the microphone.
oh Christ. Dude, just fucking roll.
I'm sorry.
Move on.
Never mind. That's a 9. That is punishment.
Yeah, that's punishment enough. No, you just see a guy wearing a lot of black armor, a black knight on a black horse making their way towards Chatvok. You also see a couple of Kirin making their way there, which are essentially horse stag-like creatures covered in golden scales, bronze hooves, bronze horns, etc. They seem to be making their way towards Chatvok with haste. Even those that pass fairly close to you just seem to be ignoring your presence. There is a lot of movement. 6 days pass. Squash, I need you to make your Constitution saving throws. You have 4 to do.
Oh boy. Come on, please. Don't screw me now. 1.
Please. Can I help him in some way?
Is that a fail? I got a 10, sorry.
That one is a fail, so you're on 2 exhaustion. Day 3.
This is going to get much harder now.
Uh-oh. Wait, exhaustion? Oh, fuck.
Yep. Okay. Day 3.
3.
Oh, Christ.
You said you were going to try and help him. How?
I don't know. Exhaustion levels are not something I can cure yet.
There's nothing you can
All
do.
right. Day 4, you fail on 3 levels of exhaustion.
That means my
Your
speed is
5th
half.
and final day? Did I just miss one?
Oh, God.
That's another one.
At this point, you're aware that Squash is barely managing to hold on. He looks like hammered crap. Barely able to move, slowing you down far, far worse than he ever was before. And he looks like a wreck. His face is very gaunt. He's very pale. He's not able to consume food properly without throwing it up. Even water can sometimes be a bit tenuous. I believe this is your last day of rolling.
Yeah.
Oh, there are 6 levels of exhaustion. Oh, no.
So, last roll?
Last roll.
Uh-oh. Jesus Christ.
Uh-oh.
That's a 9. I think I'm unconscious?
No. First is disadvantage on ability checks. Second is your speed is halved. Third is disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. 4 is hit point maximum halved. 5 is speed reduced to 0. And then 6 is death.
Well, I just got number 5.
God. So your speed reduced
You got
to
to 4.
0.
I only got the 4?
Because you did 5 and passed the first day. You only have 5 days to check.
Oh, okay. Jesus Christ. Okay, so I'm only up 4.
Okay. So your hit point maximum is halved.
Yeah.
I believe you need a full night's rest to reduce your exhaustion.
By 1.
It's 6 days travel. So by the time you reach Chatvok, you are, I believe, on 2 days, on 2 levels of exhaustion when you arrive at Chatvok. On the 5th day, he's looking a bit less peaky. He's managing to hold down very bland, pale food. So maybe half a ration, that sort of thing, is managing to keep down. He's got the sweats. He's got the shakes. He's barely able to concentrate, barely able to form competent sentences. But on the 6th day, the day that you see Chatvok in the distance a little, he's looking a bit better. He's looking like he can at least hold himself upright now. And you guys see Chatvok before you. As you make your way down towards the city on the water, in the water even, you see a familiar redhead running towards you across this grassy land just on the edge of Chatvok itself, running barefoot as normal as she runs towards you all. Hi, how's it going? Wow. Well, I expected you here. You look terrible.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Demi.
There are a lot of things we need to tell you about.
There is so much I need to tell you about. Have you noticed? And as she does that, you actually do notice the fact that she has a new scar on the side of her face just below her right eye. You notice with the hand that she's pointing at, she's missing her little finger. But otherwise, she seems mostly okay. She seems not worried by this.
What happened? What happened to you, Demi?
Second that question.
Okay, so what happened was there was a huge fight in Falsum. I don't know how to say this, but Dowry fell. It's not there anymore. It's completely obliterated off that. There was a bunch of really random things that came in attacks, and we were like, oh my gosh, what the hell? And like these people turn up and they were like, hey, there's something attacking Dowry. And we saw them and I was like, oh, it's Caden. And he started wood. This was really confusing because I'm pretty sure we dropped Caden off, but there was Caden and he came up and there was a bunch of Caden suddenly from nowhere. And there was a bunch of other people. I think I recognized a Smith called Tessa. I think her name was Tessa or Tisa or Talessa. Or Talus. Talus is a child. It doesn't really matter. They were all attacking Falsum and they'd gotten down and they'd broken down. Like the guy with the horses, that's been completely destroyed. The prison was partially overrun and then the double ones came in. Oh my God, it's a freaking mess. We barely just managed to hold down the fort. Most of the town is gone. But Falsum kind of stands. Dowry's gone though.
I rolled a 13 con save.
You managed to stay upright. There is quite a lot of blood pouring out of your nose. It's not pleasant. And you know, a new string of like thick acid begins to pour down your neck, but you're still upright.
Balance turns to Zaltanna and is like, we destroyed the eggs though, didn't we?
I fucking killed so many goddamn eggs.
I don't understand.
We must have missed one and it must have reproduced. Who knows what the fucking life cycles of those things are like?
It doesn't matter. What happens to you guys? You look like hammered crap. You look like you've like seen a ghost or something. And did you get the thing? That's the most important thing. Forget Falsum, forget Dowry. Those can all fall individually. Did you get the thing?
Oh my God.
Is Caden okay? Bogrim?
Bogrim.
Is everyone
Which one was Bogrim?
Dwarf.
There's a load of dwarves in Falsum. I mean, most of the dwarves are fine, but I can't be 100% sure. I'm pretty sure I saw a bunch of dwarves.
My friend from the Fourfold?
We're going to need to return to Falsum, I think. There are things we need to tell you as well. We should probably fix the Chatvok portal problem, and then we'll...
Demi,
yeah, there's that thing.
Demi, I have an interesting thing for you.
You have something for me? What would you have for me?
I had something really interesting. You're going to love it. Ready?
Okay.
I don't know if I've told you about my ex. I told you about my ex and how he kidnapped my wife.
We didn't know that.
I don't remember.
We didn't know that he had your wife.
We're going to go past that. No. This is something interesting for Demi. Let me talk, Balance.
She's literally holding her two hands up, pretty much as I am on the call like now, with like her mouth like partially open, like hanging on every word, like paying so much attention.
My ex-boyfriend kidnapped my wife.
What a dick.
Anyway.
Carry on.
He has apparently, according to her, because she's been coming to me in my dreams, and it's actually her. She's been like getting in touch with me in my dreams, and there's a whole thing because the Sandman
I can do that too. My brother and I do that all the time. Carry on.
Yeah, okay. He has a sword that apparently makes it apparently anyone who bears that sword cannot be defeated, and that's where it's of interest to you. It is a magic sword which renders the bearer incapable of defeat.
Indefeatable? Undefeatable.
You see her freeze a moment. You see her close her eyes and you see her fingers as if she's like rolling through some sort of ideas. And you see her other hand, as she's doing this, you can see like very small traces of magic in the air. And as she opens her eyes, you can see that they're no longer glowing red. They're kind of glowing like a purplish color.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, wait, I think I know this. I think this might... What kind of sword is it? Be very specific. What kind of sword?
Yeah, okay. A rapier.
One of your artifacts is a rapier.
Oh,
I just saw an image of it.
fuck. He would have one of the artifacts we need, that motherfucker.
And guess who has another one?
Dachin.
Who's Dachin?
He's a wizard. He's maybe probably bad. We're
Oh,
not sure.
right, yes. And you see her eyes go back over red again as she resumes her normal. Oh, yes, Dachin, that guy. I'm sorry, I completely forget. I mean, it depends whether I'm focusing or not. Yes, that guy. He has an artifact. Wow, that's a pain in the ass because he's a thing. Okay, all of this is completely irrelevant right now. We need to shut down that portal. You need to get cured because you look like shite.
Yeah? That was meant for me, right?
Yes. And she almost looks like she's positive that's what she meant.
Because he's also sick.
Yeah, but I'm not really sure I can do anything about him. I think I can help you. So the question is, I have a mission for you. I have a thing that I could use your help with. Like, so much has happened. Oh my god, I completely forgot to tell you. Balance, your family. What's your father's name? Zelfa, right? Zelfa, and your mother was Sylvia.
Yes.
And you have a smaller one, a younger one, a brother, a sister, a younger one.
My brother, right? That I only recently found out existed. Yes.
Okay, right. Your parents. This is where I'm going to need your help, like Squash, because you're really good at this infiltration thing, and I'm not because, like, well, just look at me, I'm on fire and I'm bright red. There's a link between your parents and this, like, gentleman's dueling club thing, but they've gone missing. And we have this idea that they may be in this club, but I can't go and investigate on my own because, well, frankly, I'm not sneaky. Squash, I need your help to do this. And I want to go now. But if you want to stay and deal with that, and she points at the portal, then I guess we can do that. But this is entirely up to you. I mean, I want to go, but there's so many things going on right now.
Squash is kind of just looking from balance to Zaltanna to like between everybody. Just basically, just like I don't know what to do. Wait, I'm.
Go with Demi. She has your cure.
Go with Demi.
Follow Demi.
I'll cure him either way. I mean, you're going to get the cure now, but I would like to take you after we've done the cure. It's just whether you get the cure now and then we stay here and fight, or whether we want to go off. This is entirely up to you. I mean, it's entirely up to you guys. I mean, you could probably use my help, like defeating the thing, and you're probably going to need me to point you back to wherever it is you're going to go, because I think you need to go to the thing anyway.
That is fair.
But I can always come back tomorrow for you guys. I mean, it's entirely up to you. What do you want to do?
Oh god.
You just dumped a shit ton of information on us there.
Okay. We need to close the portal. Very important.
Did Caden and Talus and Kythia make it?
I don't know. I don't know whether they made it through. I don't know how big this like really random army of like doppelgangery thingies got to. I don't really know. I don't know if they made it. But did you guys feel okay?
Okay.
Did you feel any pain? Have you felt like Caden being in any trouble? Because you should feel that with the bond that I gave you. You should feel whether he's in trouble or not. Did you feel anything?
We haven't felt anything.
Then I'm going to assume at least he's okay. I can't speak for Kythia and I can't speak to the little one, but I can speak to that.
Well, if Caden's okay, Talus is probably okay because he would die before he let anything happen to her.
Exactly, because he's a parent.
Dad.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah, sure.
God, my brain is working in overload right now.
Sure. Are you in or out? What are we doing?
Balance. Do you need me to smack you so it functions again?
No, that's probably the worst thing you could do right now.
Okay, sometimes that helps.
All right. Let me speak out loud here. It helps me organize thoughts. We need to close the portal. You want to take Squash to have him go investigate my parents disappearing?
Well, it's to do with the Gentleman's Dueling Club, which we got invited to recently, and I think there may be.
So you want to send him with them?
No, I want to take him with me. I want to go ahead and scout the area, but I need him to do the things. He can't get in without me, and I can't do the thing without him because he's like the sneakiest person I know. And I spoke to Damas. Damas is like, I don't really think you should. But I'm like, hell, I'm in charge of our clan. I'm taking you with me. So you technically have a choice, but you don't.
Well, for my part at least, and Balance puts a hand on Squash's shoulder, I can vouch that Squash is definitely more than capable for the task. I mean, whether or not he does it is up to him, but
I want to help.
Squash is a good person.
I want to help. I'll help.
So you come with me, and we'll do the investigation now.
Well, we kind of need to get back to Falsum still, after we're done here.
why don't... Here's a thought. Ready? Demi, go take Squash and cure him. And while you're doing that, we'll take care of the portal. And then we'll meet you back.
I don't think we were going to Falsam. We were going up to Kesa. For the tournament.
I tell you what, Squash, if you want to, we'll go do the cure thing. We'll go start the thing, and then I'll come back and I'll teleport you guys up there. But after that, I can't be gone too long, so it'll have to be like as soon as I turn up, everybody's to go sort of thing. So you may be like dwelling around here for a little while. If you're really close to the Witches' Society, I can do it really quickly. It'll be really handy for me. How about that? I will come back here at some point in the next 24 hours.
Plan. Done.
Demi, there's going to be a lot of people showing up to Falsam you need to be ready for. A lot of people that will be hurt if they are seen.
That was one of the things we needed to discuss is...
Okay. Learn to talk like me. Deliver all the facts really fast. Go! And she points at Rhal.
There are people from Kino that were frozen in the city under there for 5,000 years when the god came about. And they are now awake. And they are going to Falsam to seek shelter in our place with Guardian. And
we have an army. We have an army of Savros.
They said they were going to help us. It was what they were supposed to do.
We have an army. It's an army of Savros's followers that were frozen for 5,000 years. Lots of really cool magic. You'll love it. They're going back to the barracks. Boom.
Wait, magic for like 5,000 years? Holy crap. Like 5,000-year-old magic. Oh my gosh.
They barely speak modern.
I don't really care about that. We'll figure something out. I mean, yes, I can figure these things out. I'm not head of the Witches' Society for nothing. We can do a thing. Okay, right. So expect an army.
Yes.
Awesome. There's a big portion of the town which is recently empty that they can always live in, and we could just say, screw everything else and we'll deal with the thing. Okay, cool. Right, wonderful. Awesome. Right. I guess you three good luck. I will see you at some point tomorrow.
I have a present for you before you go.
Oh, I love presents.
Balance reaches into his backpack and pulls out the Shard of Savros.
She puts her hand up for it.
And he hands it to her and says, apparently this was a part of the avatar of Savros that was in Dranath. Thought you might find it interesting.
I know who would find this interesting. My brother would find this interesting because he's into that whole god thing. It's not really my bag. I mean, I can deal with it, and I don't really want to deal with it, but I can deal with it. He will find this way more interesting. Awesome. Wow, cool.
Yours to do with as you wish.
Cool. She kind of looks at herself and realizes that she's not carrying any bags. She now has an object she can't do anything with.
Squash puts his hands out.
She kneels down in front of Squash, and you see her eyes lose that bright red glow. And you see her just like intently staring at you, and she says, she takes a deep breath, and then she says, "You're clean, aren't you?"
We couldn't go to... Yeah. I haven't had any for a long time.
You're different too.
How? No, I haven't been cured yet. You have the potion. We need to go make it.
I'm not talking about that. And she kind of tips her head. Balance, you recognize someone who's seeing an aura. You just see that. You recognize it. She says, "You've changed. Something about you is different. You're tired and exhausted, but you're different now. Are you going to stay clean?"
Can't get high if I'm gonna go investigate some hoity-toity society, can I?
You see her smile.
It's the best time to get high.
Oh, not around my parents.
Your parents are missing.
You see her smile, and she puts her hand out to your face, but she doesn't actually touch it this time. She looks like she wants to, but she's not. She says, "You might look terrible on the outside to most people, but I think I see what my brother saw." And she's genuinely smiling now. Okay. She hands you the rock, taking her hand away. She's like, "Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
Are you ready to be cured?"
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Right, well, we're going to leave now. She stands up and then puts her hand out to Squash.
Squash grabs her hand.
Okay, cool. Right. Well, we need to go to the Witches Society. You guys need to go over there. You see the temple up there? There's a bunch of people outside and they're having a meeting. There's this kind of like dwarven dude who seems to be in charge of everything going on now. You're going to want to talk to him. He has a thing going on. Probably don't want to interrupt him while he's in the middle of the speech, but he's up there and you want to deal with this. So, well, I guess you guys better say goodbye if you want to say goodbye. Do we need to say goodbye? Can we just leave?
Goodbye.
Thank you guys for all your help. Seriously. I'm sorry for the way I am. Hopefully, when I see you guys again, I can have been of use.
Oh, you're going to be of use whether you like it or not.
You'll have some good stories.
And hey, look at it this way. You're a hero. Balance holds out for fist bump.
That's literally what I was about to say.
Fist bump.
Marge, you stole my fucking moment.
Jesus Christ.
So goddamn mad.
Okay, so this is really...
just like pats you on the back jovially because I stole my fucking speech, so...
Balance is the motivational one here, let's be honest.
All right.
Rhal doesn't touch you because you're scared of him. But he waves politely.
Demi's like, well, I'm going to ruin this awkward moment because we really need to leave. Let's go.
It wasn't awkward.
Of course it was awkward. I mean, like, someone went into fist bump you, another person went into fist bump. They looked like they were about to say... And she just doesn't stop babbling out of their earshot as we say goodbye to our wonderful Aethor, and we'll see him again at some point, I guess.
Who knows? Maybe I'll fail my infiltration.
Yeah, we'll be rolling on that shit.
Oh, Christ.
What you guys see before you is you see the town, the city, as you begin to meander in there a bit more, is completely empty. There's no people around. But you have been directed up to the temple on top of the hill, the temple of Severus. And you can, in fact, see a lot of people standing outside. You can't see anything more detailed than that until you decide to go up there. Do you guys want to wander around the town? Do you want to just go straight there? This is entirely up to you.
We need to close that portal. We're going straight there.
Okay. You make your way up to this temple. You can see now that you're arriving there that the people have been armed. They're not wearing crappy armor. They're not wearing, we are the local militia army. They are wearing half decent things. Where they've gotten them from is fairly easy to tell. They're from all the armies. They are from, you recognize elven work, you recognize dwarven work, you recognize the hybrid of the two, human work. You can even see some various halfling work here and there. It's just a ramshackle amount of stuff. Zaltanna, knowing what you know, if Honorino had a hand in this, it's probably stolen. Let's be honest.
Yeah, of course it is.
But the people don't seem to care. Those moral things have been put aside for the moment, and all but children have been armed, give or take. And they seem to be running as pages here and there, but everyone at the moment is standing in front of Honorino. Honorino is standing on what looks like a very hastily erected pile of boxes, just so that he can be tall enough and loud enough to be heard. You can see that there is the wizard from the Witches Society nearby, seems to be incanting some sort of spell, and you can hear Honorino's voice very loud, very clearly, as you begin to approach. And he says,
So, it was spotted a few nights ago that the army of the dead, the demons, the fiends, are being led by the Black Knight himself. Would appear that they're headed this way. Probably to get the rest of those things out of Bellum for free reign. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. There's some undead in the temple there, next to the portal into Bellum. They're on our side, so try not to kill them. We need to wait for Titus's friends to come back. They should have the orb. Don't know when, but we know they are. We're hoping they are. We need to buy them as much time as possible, because that's all we can do. That might mean laying down our lives, the people we care about, but it's got to be done. The army is, from the reports back a few hours ago, a couple hundred strong. We can't rely too much on those numbers though, because someone can't count proper, and it's not the smartest tool in the shed. I suspect it's closer to 1,000. We need to make sure that Titus's people can get back here. And we need to make sure that Titus and his friend Trevor don't get interrupted during that ritual. If that means every one of us has to die to do it, we're gonna do it. Because if I find you run, Double Ones have been told to hunt you all down. We expect the army to arrive in the next few hours. All I can say is, whatever gods still live, preserve us all.
And you see him step down and off the box. Zaltanna, you hear a voice. You hear Calamorn's voice. And he says,
I think this is going to be a lot of fun.
what do you guys want to do now?
Oh, we are here. Here we are.
I like to imagine that we like push through the crowd, and like as we're walking through, people are like, "That's them! That's them! They're here! They're here!" No, I just imagine Rhal in the back, like, "Hey, hey, ooh, pick me!"
Oh, God. Oh, you guys are making your way up there, and as Honorino steps off the box, you are now actually close enough for everyone to see you. And the crowd begin to nod and smile, and they seem to be renewed with a little bit more hope than they were previously.
Good. They should be.
And
So we're
Honorino,
like 20 times better than Honorino.
Honorino turns around, and he sees the three of you standing there.
About fucking time.
Yeah, fuck you too. Hey everyone, it's me, Zaltanna. Thanks for listening to another great episode of the Lucky Die podcast. I got a couple things to get through, so bear with me. Number one, we have a Patreon now, so go support us on Patreon if you're so inclined. We got a lot of great tiers of rewards for people, one of which is actually a shout out. And this week, our shout out goes to the Undead Band. So thank you so much, Undead, for supporting us. If you want to support us on Patreon, it is patreon.com/TLDpod. Otherwise, a really great way to help get us out there to new people and support the podcast is rating and reviewing us on iTunes or Stitcher or wherever you're listening to us. So please feel free to do so. Otherwise, go follow us on Twitter @TLDpod or on Facebook. Go check out our sister shows on our network. The network is The SPAC Network. The website is thespac.network. There are other great shows on that network. Our website is theluckydie.com, so go check out our website. And as always, thank you for listening and have a great rest of your day. See you next week on the podcast.
The
SPAC Network. Imagine what your idea can do.